I was gonna say, how do you I guess how do you handle like bringing in, like you was talking about masculine and femininity. So how do you balance the feminine part? Because especially like I don't know how you was brought up, but it's always we gotta be hard, we gotta be tough. So how do you carry that part without feeling weird?
Well, there's no weirdness to it once you have a knowledge of self, because everything in the universe holds polarity. There's nothing that exists without the masculine and feminine principle. We get caught up in the whole physical propaganda of pushing homosexuality or pushing the whole narrative of someone being a certain way because they're more feminine or they're more masculine, and vice versa, man or woman. But that's not the stuff I'm talking about. What I'm talking about more or less is like tapping into the inner resources within yourself that can help bring you forward. So when you're trying to relate to your woman, and this for a lot of men listening in relation, and just like for women relating to us as men, there's times they have to tap into the masculine principle of themselves, and that's by paying attention, listening, falling back, and just really connection. That's how we connect with one another. We connect through attraction based on the opposites. Opposites attract. The masculine and feminine principle attracts each other. But through relation, it's one and the same, usually. Like, what I'm saying? You have to be able to listen to your woman as she has to listen to you. She has to be able to relate to you in certain ways as you should relate to her. And if that's out of place or out of balance, which a lot of people have that out of balance, because most men only live based on the physical essence of what a man is. And when you do that, that pulls you out of alignment with real, true connection to the feminine half physically, because you have to get to know yourself in balance. You have to bring forth that balance through meditation and through a further knowledge of self, studying natural law.
I don't know if you saw it. It was a documentary I saw, but it was kind of like how Caitlyn Jenner is, but it was like a big old, like a powerlifting dude, like hella big. Mm-hmm. He ended up like turning to a female. Then I was thinking in my head, I said, I think that's because you suppressing that female in him so long.
I don't know so much about what his reasons were for, his sex change, whatever he went through, psychologically. But I know that regardless of what someone calls themselves, whether it's man or woman, understand that within yourself, which is the highest nature of yourself, is the spiritual nature. You have the highest nature is the spiritual, then there's the mental, and then there's the physical. You see what I'm saying? And this is the way it works. We know who we are physically because, you were either born as a man, a boy, or a girl. But, the inner faculties hold true that the feminine masculine principle has to exist in order for you to exist. When you pop the hood of your car, when you see red wire and black wire connected to your battery, that's the masculine and feminine principle right in your face. If you were to cut a cord, there's going to be a balance of wires, masculine and feminine wires, even if it's 4 or 6. There's not going to be an imbalance. Just like when you were a kid and you put batteries in your toy, minus and plus, that's masculine and feminine right there. See, there has to be that balance in order for something to work. And we're not working properly, a lot of us, because we're not in tune with that aspect of ourselves. It's there, but a lot of us, because we're not in tune with it, we overlook it, and we think that if I tune into the feminine principle of myself being a physical man, that means some gay shit, or that I'm a woman, or I'm going into some girl stuff, and that's not the truth. Because the feminine half of yourself is the creative, it's the intuitive principle. At times it can be impulsive. The real household that you have to work on first before you can work on any household outside of yourself is the inner household, the masculine and feminine principle. The conscious mind is masculine and the subconscious mind is feminine.
That's the yin and yang too, right?
Well, that's the yin and yang symbol. That's the law of polarity. And so when you see that symbol, the dark and the light side, you have masculine and feminine being played out right in front of you. You're seeing it. But, you have to understand that the feminine aspect of yourself, which is subconscious mind, doesn't reject what your idea of yourself is. And she gives birth to it. Whatever your idea is, whatever you want to create, if you implant that seed, and you got to understand thoughts are a form of DNA. Just like the physical man, we have sperm and semen. That's DNA that produces life. How you have your two children. In this essence, you're pregnant. We're pregnant all day, even as men. Women are pregnant all day with their thoughts and ideas of themselves and what they want to bring forth. And the reason being is because thoughts are a form of DNA, and they're implanted into the sacred feminine womb of the subconscious mind. And she gives birth to it. She doesn't reject you. So when people are talking about a man wanting submission from his woman, you know, which in this day and age is hard to get, you know, and they want a woman that's a helpmeet. You can get a helpmeet, you know, if a woman's really down with you, but what you should be looking towards is looking within yourself instead of looking on the outside of yourself, because true submission is the subconscious mind to the conscious mind. And like I said on another video, you know, go watch the movie Coming to America. The girl that was barking like a dog, hopping on one leg, that would be a form of your subconscious mind. And Eddie would be the conscious mind telling her what to do, giving her instructions, and she's doing it. She's playing it out. But we know in the physical world that usually doesn't happen, even when you have tons of money, because there's going to be some resistance if the woman ain't really feeling you like that.